Every child has the right to feel physically, mentally, and emotionally safe. In the world we live in today, there is a growing need for more and more safe spaces for children. Inside Nairobi's Lucky Summer Estate is one such space known as Child Space Organization under the leadership of Crispin Okello.
Child Space Organization began in 2016 here in Ruaraka. Here we are, it's Ruaraka sub-county in Nairobi. And the reason why we started the Child Space Organization, I personally was working in other organizations before. I've served the children for so many years. So in your daily work, you know, you work, you learn, you recommend. You work, you learn, recommend. So the recommendations that I was giving to my then employer were repeating, you know. So I chose to be sitting somewhere with the children, just a number of them, and talking with them freely. And we started this in Babadogo Primary School, where you go there and there was no coming back to school on Saturday. So we just sit there and we talk with them like 1 hour, and then they play, they go. I just was liking, we just loved spending time with them and talking, you know, trying to mentor them.
In 2018, the initiative was registered as a community-based organization, and the team embarked on developing an operations framework.
March 2019, we now launched what we call Smart Children Club. Why Smart Children? We wanted the children to be smart holistically. And we are saying we are committed to holistic child development. Yeah, that's our motto. So that's what drives us. So then we said, then what would be our mission? We said we want to guide the young people, yeah, through life skills and other pertinent trainings in order to explore their potentials and support them to live responsibly. Why? Because people started blaming the community. The community is blaming itself. There are no role models. So how do you become a role model at this age? Okay, it is possible, but let us start from the ground. So we started with the young people, and that gave us a very simple mission: a society, rather vision, a society where young people themselves are role models, living meaningful and inspiring life.
Today, many young people are struggling with finding an identity and being able to do more than just what their demographic defines them to be.
Personally, I'm interested in teenagerhood or an adolescent, because this is where people get into loggerheads with their children. You love your child so much, and then they go into adolescence, they start, you know what happens. And then the child is kind of misbehaving, they don't understand themselves, identity crisis, the parents don't understand them, and then the issues of rebellion begins there, and then it is not working. So we said we are going to do this together with the parents. So we mold the children and we train the parents. We have done this, and then we learned that we can't just be going to school and talking about drugs or with these children. We need some trainings. So we partnered, we were linked up with the NACADA, and personally I was trained in 2018 comprehensively for a week. It was a conference, and then we're given materials on how to train on what we call evidence-based prevention.
Joanne is one of the parents whose children have benefited and had their lives impacted positively through Child Space Organization.
My daughter has really developed. The one they began with, she's called Gloria. She's now in Form 1. She has really developed in terms of character, courage. She would fear so much. She could even talk before 2 or 3 people. I'll tell her, please Gloria, can you teach us what you are told at the Child Space? She will stand and tell me about teenage pregnancies and how she must avoid that, how to respect people. Yani, I'm happy. I'm just happy with the organization. There's nothing much like, I don't know, financial things that they're benefiting, but whatever has been instilled in my daughter will remain, and I just thank God for that.
The organization has since its inception found notable success with the children and continues to commit itself in transforming lives in the estate and beyond.
one of the children who did the DAC, Day of African Child, launch 2021 was our own, Margaret Swin. She was identified by the National Council for Children's Services, and she launched this at the NCCS offices. She did a very good, this child has grown, you know. A child who was very, very low in terms of self-awareness, self-confidence, and every other thing, can now do her own speech and address the nation, and actually Africa, on behalf of other children. That was a plus to us. Then Gloria, whose parent was just in this interview, Gloria was also equally, even more us, but now she grew up to be a leader. Why? Because every single Saturday, we are there with them.
Beyond empowerment, trainings, and safeguarding the lives of the children, Child Space is also nurturing talents by providing opportunities for kids to showcase what they can do.
They dance. After the mentorship classes, they break into subgroups, subclubs. They go into dances, and that dance club, they also go into contortion. There's something called contortion. They're trained on there, and then they're also doing art, they're drawing. They're also doing music. I train music myself. Yeah, I used to sing, and I know how to train music. So I train music, and then we do also modeling. There are modelers, young modelers that are here. And yeah, we are soon introducing this stuff, the issues to do with the camera thing, because they are interested, yeah, God willing, so that they are also able to learn. Those who are interested in, because like if you go to our YouTube channel, Child Space Organization, you'll see they are trying it. They are trying it with our small things, that our phones and everything. They are trying to interview themselves and talk about these issues. So there's a program within that Smart Children Club called Teens for Teens. Teens empowered, teens empowering teens. Others call it peer education. I'm a peer education. It is well, but what we want is the result. When I talk with these children, they've trusted me, yes, but not long. They'll say this is an old person or something. So you transfer those skills to the young ones, and they're able to trust one another.
As a parent, having lived in the area for a long time, Joanne is aware of the problems facing their children and why an organization like Child Space is important.
You see, this estate is surrounded by Korokocho slums. We have Babadogo, we have Dandora down there. And you see, when they go to school, you see they go to a public school. And in a public school, you don't expect that much, even from them. They go there, get some characters that you don't even expect your child to be having. Now, surrounding the area, you find some girls poorly dressed. Your child may come at home and tell you, my friend was raped. My friend has a boyfriend. You see, I will support Child Space again and again and again.
To achieve even more, the organization finds itself constrained when it comes to finances and mobilizing the right resources for impact.
At some point, people fade out because there are no instant benefits. And but you're still there. So you end up overworking. You know, you want to do this, you want to visit them, you want to do every CD. You also have bills to pay. And I remember when we were starting, I told you I was attached to a certain organization. So I would pay my rent from there. But when that stopped, now I joined these other teams. We were lamenting together, how can we do this? So we survive on anything that comes our way. For instance, somebody calls you, come and have us, because they know my capacity. Train these parents, and maybe they give you something small. You come and share and buy a file. Yeah, you come and share and buy a file so that you keep these records, because you know exactly what you're supposed to do, but you don't have resources. So it has been very difficult for us, and we've done this thing voluntarily, and that's why most of our programs, for example, schools program, just went down because people are not there consistently. As skill-based teachers training, rather skills-based health education program, that one again is told. Parent Plus, you need these parents when they're seated somewhere, you pay for the venue, you maybe have some refreshment or some meals, you don't have that, it went down.
COVID-19 presented an opportunity for the organization to share videos of different activities with the children, thus enabling the much-needed support from the general public.
Everybody's on phone, they're watching, there's no content, but us, we're busy producing with the small things that we have. There's this volunteer, his name is Felix Kamau. I must recognize this gentleman, this young boy. He would borrow a camera, and he's actually a freelancer, and say, Kaka, if you have something, I am coming on Saturday. And I tell the children, do you have something? Because most of our contents are done by the children themselves. So, can I hear? Can I see? Then I see, okay, this is good. Felio, come and do this. He does it and edit it, send it to me, we upload. And then that's how we are almost getting to 1,000. Don't laugh at us, we will get there to 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, and we didn't even know some right issues. We just dance, kidogo, it's locked. Yeah, kidogo, it's locked. So, because again, you don't have time to, but you just want to, something that will engage these children constructively.
With the harsh realities children are bound to face in our society today, here is a hidden call to support the organization and enable safe spaces for children within their sphere of influence.
So we want to, if possible, somebody can help us also fundraise for the mental health services for the children, for the adolescent. People have been focusing on the adults, yes, but when a child says that I'm stressed up or then we erase that. When mtoto mdogo stress gani uko nayo? And we see this reflecting in the numbers of the young people who are committing suicide because they have been dismissed. Nobody's able to listen to them. You don't even have rent issues. What's your problem? Wacha ujinga toka hapa. And that's what we are here now to address as child space. This is the space for the children to explore their to be free, to play, to learn, to make friends, to be responsible, know their rights, just be safe. That is what we want to do.
Anybody out there who may want to support child space, I tell you, please do it. Because whatever these mentors are doing here is a big job. Talking to young girls as young as 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 is a task. They need resources that will enable them go through with their dreams. So let them support these children. Some of them come here, girls, they cried or they don't have sanitary towels because you see this organization it goes as far as the slums. So let that person just come out strongly, support Child Space Organization, for they are committed to holistic childhood development that will enable these children come out to be strong members in the society.